This man is a absolute top-tier shaman known as the king of instant death. But at 18, he was still just a kid, everyone's favorite punching bag. But he possesses ridiculous talent in casting curses. A simple sword dance makes the school bully pay the price. Thanks to this little chaos, he becomes a shaman who profits corporations. In this world, shamans are not treated like frauds anymore, and they have clear rankings, because of course they do. Third-rate shamans serve individuals, offering only simple advice. Second-rate shamans serve corporations, helping them profit. First-rate shamans serve politicians, even manipulating elections, thereby gaining fame and wealth. Yep, that's the job description. But once the corporations they serve go bankrupt or the politicians fall from power, they meet terrible ends as well. The man who meets these standards is a first-rate shaman, Genji Sung. He now arrives at Jiedo by helicopter. Countless corporations have established roots here. This is a place where billions can be easily earned or lost. Shaman culture thrives here. This is where the stars of the shaman world gather here. Shamans can be seen on every street with that. Genji Sung arrives at his destination. This is where he works. His assistant has already arranged the schedule. Genji Sung changes his clothes. He pushes open the door. Before him lies a ritual chamber. Sacrificial offerings, ritual tools, and a musical ensemble are all prepared. The goal this time is to make the rival company's stock price drop. For every 1% the stock falls, he earns 1 billion won in cash. Ji-sung marvels at the scale of this operation. Who did the rival company hire? The assistant immediately responds that it's a savage god with 50 years of experience. Rumors say the recent market crash was his doing. Ji-sung scoffs at this, because the father, a savage god, is from his active radius. The weaker he becomes. This means Ji-sung can completely suppress him. The music then begins. Ji-sung dances to the rhythm. He then slaughters the sacrifice. This scene makes the staff vomit. Ji-sung ignites the talisman. As water pours down, the ritual concludes. Meanwhile, the stock market opens. Everyone at the exchange exchanges bewildered looks. The stock price plummets to -10%. A man realizes his company Shaman has lost, defeated by the king of instant death. As expected, the shaman they hired has been sent to the hospital. Jiang Sung is a professional shaman who profits corporations. Now, this is the story of how he became the best in the industry. 7 years ago, in Moon Village, Ji-sung and his grandmother lived in a defunct shrine. In her youth, grandmother was the most powerful shaman here and quite wealthy, but now her children have stolen all her assets. Now, Daesung, the unwanted child, lives with only his grandmother. During Ji-sung's high school years, grandmother developed dementia. Ji-sung has been taking care of her ever since. Ji-sung prepares to leave for school. Seeing he's about to be late, he rushes out. Arriving at school, his misfortune doesn't end there. Just one step away, the scene before him makes Ji-sung freeze. His desk has been covered in red bean porridge. The group that bullies him is chatting and laughing. Nearby, the school bully, Kim Jae-hun, even casually greets him. "It's the winter solstice today. I specially brought this red bean porridge for you." Ji-sung ignores him. He steps forward to clean his desk, but Kim Jae-hun suddenly slams him onto the desk. "Who told you to clean it up? Are you going to ignore your friend's kindness?" Ji-sung looks up and glares at Kim Jae-hun. This makes him flinch. To save face, he threatens Ji-sung as he leaves. Ji-sung still ignores him. He slams the door and leaves. After he's gone, the group worries if Kim Jae-hun will be cursed, but Kim Jae-hun sneers. "Let him try. My dad is a pastor anyway." Ji-sung hears the classroom chatter clearly. Anger makes him clench his fists. He won't let this slide. He has his own final resort. Ji-sung first goes to a butcher shop to buy blood sausage. Then he prints Kim Jae-hun's photo at the library. Finally, he returns home. Grandmother thinks it's mealtime. Ji-sung says it's not time yet. From grandmother, he learns that the demolition team has already come by. Ji-sung searches through the cabinet. He finds a key. He tells grandmother they'll eat soon. They have blood sausage today. Ji-sung arrives at her room door. He unlocks it with the key. This is the ritual chamber grandmother used before. Ji-sung saw grandmother perform rituals as a child. Casting a curse requires 4 elements. First, a target. Second, a sacrifice. Third, music. Finally, ritual tools. The preparations are complete. He assumes the stance. "You brought this on yourself." He shakes the bow. He swings the blade. The The music reaches its climax. First, he slashes the photo. Then he chops the blood sausage. The commotion inside reaches outside. Manager Mi immediately recognizes someone is performing a ritual. Shogun confirms he hears it. 2. What puzzles Manager Mi is that the old woman here has lost her mind and couldn't possibly cast a death curse. She suspects someone else is inside. Her conclusion, only an old woman and her grandson are inside. Manager Mi orders Shogun to investigate by tonight whether it's really Chang Zung performing the ritual and the condition of the cursed target. Shogun agrees. He then drives away. Ji-sung inside has no idea what's happening. Meanwhile, Kim Jae-yeon is casually smoking on the rooftop. Suddenly, ash burns him. He falls backward. He plummets from the building. That evening, Shogun reports to Manager Mi. The one performing the ritual is indeed Chang Ji-sung. Manager Mi wonders who he cursed. It turns out to be a classmate who bullied him. Manager Mi asks about the target's condition. The answer? He fell from a building this afternoon with both legs broken. Manager Mi decides she must recruit this talented shaman. That evening, Ji-sung opens the door to find Manager Mi has come looking for him. Ji-sung is confused about visitors this late. He assumes they're here for grandmother, but Manager Mi says she's looking for Ji-sung. Ji-sung finds this baffling. The two whisper in front of him, then they hand him money. Ji-sung thinks they're here to show off their wealth. He tries to dismiss them, but Manager Mi grabs him. Manager Mi wants to buy an hour of his time at 20 times minimum wage. They sit outside a convenience store. Manager Mi complains there's no coffee shop on the street, which makes Ji-sung not know whether to laugh or cry. He accepts the soda. So why are you buying my time? Unexpectedly, Manager Mi states outright that Ji-sung cast a death curse. She informs him of Kim Jae-yeon's condition. Hearing this, Ji-sung nervously defends himself. He hysterically protests that Kim Jae-yeon was at fault. First, Manager Mi doesn't care about that. She's not interested in these matters. What she wants is Ji-sung's talent. Ji-sung doesn't want trouble, so he refuses Manager Mi's proposal. Hearing this, Manager Mi covers his mouth. She emphasizes she's the employer. Shut up and listen. She's not asking him to curse people, but to curse corporations. Ji-sung never imagined corporations could be cursed. Manager Mi explains. If a shrine blesses a corporation, that corporation prospers. Conversely, if a death curse is cast, problems arise so one can profit by predicting stock prices. Therefore, corporations hire shamans. They're even willing to pay billions. Manager Mi is a talent scout for shamans. She'll price Ji-sung's abilities appropriately. Ji-sung stares at the business card. He wants to become a shaman worth billions, even if only a few can achieve this. With that money, he could send grandmother to a good nursing home, leave this neighborhood that could be demolished any day, no longer worry about money at 18, and show those who abandoned him. Soon, he makes up his mind. Manager Mi asks for his decision. Ji-sung says he needs money. Hearing this, Manager Mi breathed a sigh of relief. She then wants to take Ji-sung for a test. Ji-sung didn't expect a second hurdle. Manager Mi explains, I can't just hand you a high-paying job for free. I need to verify your abilities. She signals Shogun to get the car. The test won't be for nothing. She'll pay Ji-sung 3 million won for 6 hours. Ji-sung calculates it's actually 3,009,000 won. Hearing this, Manager Mi smiles with amusement. In the car, Manager Mi wants to understand Ji-sung's curse method, so she questions him. What were your 3 elements for the curse? Ji-sung answers. The sacrifice was blood sausage. Hearing this, Manager Mi is taken aback. The music was just some death metal I randomly picked on YouTube. The incantation was one grandmother used before. Manager Mi never expected Ji-sung could break someone's legs with such crude elements. If even one element had been properly prepared, that guy would be dead. Manager Mi can hardly feel secretly delighted. Ji-sung thinks he did something wrong. Next comes the preparation. The ritual will be held tonight. GCM will lead it first. The sacrifice is a dead cow. The music will be a death metal band. Finally, the ritual tool will be an antique they rent. Soon, they arrive at the company. Before them lies a magnificent ritual chamber. Ji-sung has never been to such a place. Manager Mi explains, this is where you'll demonstrate your abilities tonight. Ji-sung thought this would be small scale, but now realizes it's a real ritual. Manager Mi points start casting the curse now. This is a chat app called Stop Loss Talk. The Essentially, it's software for managing complex interpersonal relationships. This is Ji-sung's target today, but he looks completely confused. He doesn't understand why they're showing him this. Advertisement. Manager Me introduces it to him. A social app that went viral among Generation Z with 6.2 million registered users. Among recently launched chat apps, it's in a league of its own. What puzzles Manager Me is that this kid doesn't even know about it. Though annoyed, Ji-sung still doesn't understand why he needs to see this. I already told you when we came in, there's only one purpose. You'll cast a curse to make its stock price drop. That's the test. Seeing Ji-sung's clumsy demeanor, Manager Kim doubts Ji-sung's abilities. Can this kid really pass the test after all? Stop Loss Talk's parent company Sonytech saw its stock price rise by a full 33% at yesterday's actual launch, so Manager Kim believes Ji-sung lacks this capability. But if he wants to compete with first-rate shamans, this level is necessary. And don't underestimate Ji-sung. His grandmother saved my life when I was dying of illness. Believe that miracles flow through bloodlines. She then urges Ji-sung to begin. Ji-sung stares at the ritual tool in his hands. He has no idea how to perform such a large-scale ritual. Aside from revenge, he's never performed a ritual before, but he can't back down. His reality is a cliff with no way back. He can only try. Ji-sung begins to move. The music starts playing. The bass player doesn't understand rituals, but he can see Ji-sung can't keep up with the rhythm. His guilty expression makes it obvious. Just as he's about to slow down the tempo to help Ji-sung catch up, Manager Me asks Chogun if he feels any tremors. Clearly not. What about the room temperature? It hasn't changed either. This makes Manager Kim decide to eliminate Ji-sung. Manager Me strides forward. She slaps Ji-sung hard across the face. Ji-sung wants to ask why, but Manager Me says furiously, "You're here to demonstrate your ability, not to perform a monkey show." Ji-sung innocently says he followed the steps. What more does she want? This curse lacks killing intent. The curse you cast on your bully had at least a little killing intent. Now, with better conditions, there's no killing intent at all. Ji-sung becomes hysterical. He has no reason to curse a corporation and no experience. How can he curse properly? It's actually simple. Just concentrate all your negative emotions into one point and release them. Ji-sung clearly doesn't understand. Manager Me continues. Your resentment toward the parents who abandoned you, your helplessness at unable to care for your only family, your anxiety from financial struggles, your alienation from peers because you have no money and no parents, your hatred from enduring long-term bullying. If that's not enough, add the humiliation you just felt. Cast the curse again. Though furious, what angers Ji-sung most is that every word Manager Me said is true. Ji-sung wants to prove himself and seize this opportunity, so now he gets serious. First, he smears blood on the wooden blade. Then he grips the blade in reverse. Seeing this, Manager Me signals to restart. Powerful music surges forth. Ji-sung performs the sword dance to the rhythm. This time, he not only keeps pace, but moves faster than the beat until every last ounce of strength is drained. This makes Chogun tremble. The room temperature drops. Manager Me watches Ji-sung's figure. She seems to see grandmother's shadow. The next second, she freezes. A black lotus blooms from Ji-sung's chest. The ritual concludes. Manager Me can't help but shed tears. She believes Ji-sung will definitely become the strongest shaman. Having completed everything, Ji-sung's strength fails. His consciousness fades before collapsing. He thinks of grandmother, then he falls from anemia. Seeing this, Manager Me rushes forward to check Ji-sung's condition. Ji-sung is eventually sent to the hospital. Meanwhile, in an office building somewhere, a man sits anxiously at his computer. Despite being a company veteran, he's been subtly marginalized recently. He also feels excluded by the software itself. He opens administrator privileges. He hesitates whether to open the user logs. Once opened, Stop Loss Talk will be destroyed, but he doesn't notice a door appearing behind him. Inside the door is a ghostly hand. It slowly approaches the man. It makes the choice for him. This is Ji-sung's death curse technique, Evil Ghost Reaching Palm, 8-armed hand ghost. When the man comes to his senses, the damage is already done. In the morning, Ji-sung is still recovering in the hospital. Manager Me tends to him. She then calls the company boss. This man is just a CEO of Gold Cross. Justin immediately complains that Manager Me is calling too early. Manager Me scolds him. Being early doesn't mean we won't make money, does it? Hearing this, Justin perks up. He asks Manager Mi for details. Manager Mi instructs Justin to short Sony Tech when the market opens. Justin is skeptical. Sony Tech's stock is currently rising steadily. But on second thought, Manager Mi wouldn't call without confidence. Manager Mi asks about the company's liquid assets. The answer is about 8 billion won. Hearing this, Manager Mi says it's too little. Justin nearly jumps up. 8 billion is more than enough for one short sale, and I haven't even agreed yet. Shorting a steadily rising stock requires caution. Hearing this, Manager Mi stakes her 2 billion won year-end bonus, but demands the commission rate increase to 10%. Justin thinks this money-obsessed woman has lost her mind. She must have found a star, so he agrees. But Manager Mi has one more thing. She warns Justin to sleep with women less often or he'll lose his fortune. Justin immediately pushes away 2 women. He's eager to make money now. Ji-sung finally wakes up, 2.5 hours later. He opens his eyes to see Manager Mi in a bathrobe. This embarrasses him. He quickly asks Manager Mi to get dressed. Manager Mi changes the subject. It's market opening time now. This is the moment Ji-sung changes his fate. But the fate-changing moment doesn't come easily. Instead, there's bitter silence. Sony Tech's stock price is rising in real time. This makes Ji-sung suspect something went wrong. The company's stock isn't falling at all, it's rising. At this moment, Manager Kim enters and interrupts. If the company suffers losses this time, the team leader will be responsible. Manager Mi is certain the stock will fall. Manager Kim remains skeptical. Manager Mi becomes irritated. I've earned the company over 10 billion won with an 82% success rate. I'm certain the stock will drop before closing. If there are losses, I'll take full responsibility. Tell the board not to be cowards. Ji-sung feels suffocated, though he's not responsible. He doesn't understand why this woman remains unwavering. 2.5 minutes later, the turning point begins. The downward trend becomes increasingly clear, eventually turning into a crash. Ji-sung isn't sure if it succeeded, but Manager Mi's expression says everything. Everyone at the exchange erupts in chaos. No one knows what happened. Rumors say insiders have started selling. At this moment, a man catches everyone's attention. News breaks that a developer unauthorized opened the login logs. Everyone crowds around. The screen shows the hacked version of stop-loss talk. The news has spread. The culprit behind all this fled overseas that very day. Next comes massive user exodus. Nearly 1 million users deleted their accounts that day. The software for managing complex relationships lost all credibility. The stock price experienced 3 consecutive crashes. It's now worthless. Ji-sung sees the news. He cautiously asks if they succeeded. Manager Mi never expected seeing could destroy a company with just one death curse. Accurately speaking, not just one company, but an entire division. This can no longer be described as monstrous. This kid is clearly a human money-printing machine. Clearly, Ji-sung passed with unexpected results. This makes him breathe a sigh of relief. Ji-sung officially becomes a Yoido shaman. Manager Mi tells Ji-sung to call her team leader. From now on, they'll be seeing each other often. Next comes the time to collect the rewards. Manager Mi brings Ji-sung to meet Justin at the company. Ji-sung has never been to such a luxurious place. He only snaps back to reality when Manager Mi introduces Justin. Justin never expected the hired shaman to be just a kid. Ji-sung thinks he won't be accepted because of his age, but Justin doesn't care. He hands Ji-sung his business card. He says he has high expectations. After all, no one would refuse a money-printing machine. Manager Mi tells Justin to get to the point. He claps his hands. A case of cash is brought before Ji-sung. The total amount is over 500 million won. Ji-sung is in disbelief. This turns out to be his ritual fee. Ji-sung is confused. Wasn't the ritual fee already transferred? Manager Mi explains that was just hourly wage. This is commission. We earned this because of you, so take it as your share. Hearing this, Ji-sung freezes in shock until Manager Mi says, if you don't want it, give it to me. He snatches the case. He's never seen this much money in his life. Every bit of money had to be carefully budgeted. Even then, he often owed meal fees, so he needs time to process this. Manager Mi tells Ji-sung to stay calm. The company will help him earn much more in the future. Before leaving, Justin tells Ji-sung not to be poached. He's willing to pay more. Having touched money he's never touched in his life, Ji-sung already knows where to spend it. First, Ji-sung takes grandmother to a barbecue restaurant. During the meal, he mentions the nursing home. Grandmother asks, "It will only give one meal a day like you, will they?" Ji-sung doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. Including snacks, there are 5 meals. "I can send you there tomorrow. It's not far from home. I can visit every day." Grandmother tells Ji-sung not to say things she doesn't understand. Ji-sung promises to give grandmother a better life. Manager Mi witnesses this scene. She has high hopes for Ji-sung. Chil-gun also thinks he's different from other shamans, very kind. Manager Mi hopes Ji-sung can go far. She has a certain inexplicable fondness for him. News of Ji-sung destroying a company quickly reaches other shamans. This man is Lee Takuya, chief shaman of Ocean Finance. The next day, Ji-sung brings grandmother to the nursing home to complete the paperwork. After paying for 2 years at the nursing home, 400,000 won remains. Ji-sung feels like it's not real. Having never possessed such wealth, he doesn't know how to use it. Manager Mi asks Ji-sung what he'll do with the money. Ji-sung wants to buy a place to live first. Beyond that, he suggests depositing the rest in a bank. Manager Mi counters, "A kid like you depositing this much money at once? Is that really appropriate?" Ji-sung deflates immediately. Manager Mi decides to teach Ji-sung how to spend money. Ji-sung doesn't understand. Are there other ways to spend money? There may not be many ways to earn money, but there are countless ways to spend it. First is the housing issue. Ji-sung initially thinks living alone is too extravagant. Manager Mi warns Ji-sung, if you're stingy about your living space, you might end up in a psychiatric ward. Ji-sung doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in a mental hospital. Next comes purchasing furniture, then ritual tools. They arrive at an antique shop. The shop owner sees the deadly aura around Ji-sung. He knows their purpose for coming. Manager Mi compliments the shop owner. Sharp perception is always the shop owner. Ji-sung's wove. Shop owner tells Manager Mi to skip the small talk. "What's your budget?" Manager Mi immediately says 100 million won. Ji-sung never imagined a ritual tool would cost this much. For long-term use, it needs to be at least this level. The shop owner then pulls out a box. Inside is a string of skull-shaped bells. Ji-sung immediately picks it up and examines it. This is his first personal ritual tool. The shop owner warns Ji-sung, "Don't let it consume you." Leaving the antique shop, Manager Mi asks Ji-sung how much money remains. About 150 million won. Ji-sung wants to save some just in case, but no investment means no returns. Manager Mi tells Ji-sung not to be reluctant. Ji-sung reluctantly agrees. The top priority is an assistant shaman. They have more experience than a novice shaman like you. Most importantly, when your power runs out, the assistant shaman can take over. This woman is the Mephistopheles fairy, Yurahi. She refuses without hesitation. Though she's down on her luck now, until recently, she was the first disciple of Korea's top curse shaman. Her pride won't allow her to assist a novice. She emphasizes her business is doing well, but Manager Mi exposes her on the spot. Yu rushes forward to grab the phone. Manager Mi immediately offers generous compensation, then signals Ji-sung. Though reluctant, Ji-sung pulls out several stacks of cash. Manager Mi takes the opportunity to introduce Ji-sung. After all, serving as assistant to Yoido's most terrifying shaman isn't so bad, so she agrees. Next is a driver and bodyguard. This man is Choi Dae-ho, former Iron Dragon faction action captain. As expected, he refuses. Manager Mi again deploys the power of cash. Indeed, there's no problem money can't solve. Finally, the band, the same one from before. The bass player approaches Ji-sung. He believes Ji-sung can bring inspiration to his music. He hopes to work with Ji-sung long-term. Ji-sung couldn't ask for more. Back in the car, Manager Mi continues talking about precautions. Ji-sung thanks her awkwardly. Manager Mi proudly states she's only helping Ji-sung for the money. Business doesn't require gratitude. One last trip. Ji-sung needs to pack his belongings. The scene before him is unbelievable. His home has become a sea of flames. The words "ghost eyes" are painted on the wall. Ji-sung knows exactly who did this. He hasn't taken anything out yet. Manager Mi tells Ji-sung to cast another curse. Didn't we just assemble the team today? So perform the sword dance again. Because the building is old, it's basically burned completely. The firefighters apologize for this. Ji-sung can no longer endure this. He's going to end this once and for all. his team arrives at the scene 2.5 minutes later. Manager Mi briefly explains the situation. Bullying at school wasn't enough. They even came and burned down Jisung's home. Everyone wants to comfort him, but doesn't know how. Jisung stares at the ritual tool in his hands. After a moment, he tells anyone who can't handle this to leave. Daeho's motto is just pay me. Rahi believes they're asking for death. The bass player says he'll perform a killing melody. Preparations are complete. This is Jisung's first fully prepared ritual. The assistant shaman begins chanting the incantation. When the last word falls, Jisung begins the sword dance. The sound of shaking bells rings out. It becomes increasingly urgent, finally converging into a death curse. Meanwhile, Kim Jae-hyun is street racing with his companions. The blonde guy worries burning the house will bring consequences, but Kim Jae-hyun is indifferent. There's no politician, my dad doesn't know anyway. The blonde guy actually worries Kim Jae-hyun will be cursed again. Kim Ji-hyun says dismissively, if anything breaks again, I'll kill Chang Yi-sung. A truck driver nearby complains about these street racing youngsters. Suddenly, he discovers a figure has appeared in front of his truck. When he sees clearly, he panics. What's ahead isn't human at all, but a ghost with hollow eyes. This terrifies him to jerk the steering wheel to escape. Unexpectedly, the truck overturns, heading straight for Kim Jae-hyun's group. After a heavy crash, the scene is chaotic. Kim Ji-hyun doesn't know what happened. His leg is already trapped into the vehicle. He wants to call his companions for help. The next second, his eyes widen in shock. Turns out his companions seem more concerned about themselves. He can only place his hope in the phone nearby. Just as he tries to move toward it, he realizes the motorcycle has completely pinned his leg. At this moment, the sound of high heels echoes in the distance. Kim Jae-hyun immediately calls for help. The sound of high heels grows closer. Finally, the female ghost stands before Kim Jae-hyun. At this point, he can only shout for her to stay away. Then he pulls out a cross as a last struggle. He frantically yells that he's a pastor's son. Before he finishes speaking, a ghostly hand reaches toward him. It grabs a cross. Watching the cross crumble to dust before his eyes, Kim Jae-hyun falls into complete despair. He never imagined Ji-sung could be this ruthless. The person who bullied Ji-sung since elementary school is dead. Though Ji-sung feels somewhat uneasy, he doesn't regret it. He resolves that no one will bully him again. To achieve this, he needs wealth and reputation now. Manager Mi, he needs as many jobs as possible, now. It doesn't matter which company. Ji-sung and his team perform ritual after ritual. They consecutively destroy several companies. During that time, Ji-sung's group became known as the Grim Reaper of Uido. Ji-sung earns billions in commission from this. Next comes the time to share the rewards. Ji-sung is no longer alone. You really feel she's no longer so resistant to assisting a novice shaman. Choi-do thinks this is much easier than being a gangster. With this money, the band can even release an album. Manager Mi witnesses this scene. She approaches to claim her share. Ji-sung is puzzled. Does Manager Mi need money? Whether rich or poor, no one ever thinks they have enough money. Ji-sung thinks she's a greedy demon. Manager Mi is at least 50 times wealthier than him. It seems Ji-sung hasn't prepared a gift for her manager. Manager Mi angrily turns to leave, but Ji-sung grabs her. Actually, Ji-sung did prepare a gift. He's not an ungrateful person. He then anxiously observes Manager Mi's reaction. Manager Mi's unexpectedly delighted. Of course, there's one for Chairgoon too, a pair of sunglasses. Despite earning so much money, Ji-sung hasn't even bought himself new clothes. Manager Mi then offers to treat everyone to drinks. The group heads to a bar. Manager Mi sits down next to Ji-sung, but the others are nowhere to be seen. Turns out you really couldn't handle her alcohol. She caused a scene, vomiting in the bathroom, and was sent home by Daehope. The band went to their rehearsal studio to continue the party. Ji-sung only drank soda, so he's not drunk. Manager Mi happens to have something to discuss privately with Ji-sung. This makes Ji-sung's imagination run wild. Obviously, it's about work. Hearing this, Ji-sung appears flustered, but he doesn't understand what there is to discuss. Actually, Ji-sung's performance has been excellent so far. The problem is, your name has spread. Your financial institutions call you the sudden death shaman, and they're watching you closely. This means Ji-sung may have to face other shamans. They try to protect company stock prices from curse effects, or completely defeat Ji-sung's curses. To raise stock prices, they use counter-rituals to fight back. This man's purpose is exactly that. He's Kim Woon-suk, Strategic Director of Fibonacci Capital. Gold Cross has shorted stocks his company has been investing in for months, so his company needs ongoing financial help to counter the sudden death. Lee Tae-wa becomes interested, crushing several companies in succession. This is all of a sudden death shaman's work. Fibonacci shamans aren't sufficient to handle this, so Kim Woon-suk begs Lee Tae-wa to perform a ritual. But Lee Tae-wa only handles projects of a certain scale. He won't take on something like this, but he won't abandon the company he's worked with so many times, so he'll lend a shaman to Fibonacci. Lee Tae-wa then calls the shaman in this massive figure. This is the shaman for this task. He appears to be a monk weighing over 300 pounds. He is also on finance's fifth seat, the Bodhisattva's Gong Yang Hua. He then arrives at a Chinese restaurant and begins feasting. He looks like he could eat forever. This leaves Kim Woon-suk at a loss. He hopes to start discussing work soon. The assistant signals him not to disturb the Buddha's meal. To accumulate merit, he can only reluctantly agree. 2.5 hours later, Gong Yang Hua finally finishes eating. Kim Woon-suk never expected to spend 10 million won on one meal before work even began. The monk before him is thoroughly satisfied. He then whispers to his assistant. The assistant says they can discuss work now. This delights Kim Woon-suk. He quickly pulls out his notes. Their understanding is that Gold Cross's short position expires this Friday, so they'll likely cast the curse between today and Thursday night. The Buddha will begin performing rituals tonight. Kim Woon-suk thanks him repeatedly. There's one more condition. During the ritual period, food like today's must be continuously provided. This means the ritual requires 3 consecutive days of meals. Without this condition, the ritual cannot proceed. Finally, the assistant suggests locating Ji-sung. The Buddha wants to meet him before performing the ritual. Meanwhile, Ji-sung sits in the car. His ritual is scheduled for Thursday, so Manager Mi tells Ji-sung to take care of himself. Seeing his troubled expression, Manager Mi quickly asks what's wrong. Ji-sung is actually anxious. Facing a shaman for the first time, he's afraid he'll lose. Manager Mi tells Ji-sung to stay calm. Besides, she hasn't heard any rumors about the opposing company's counterattack. Don't worry about things that haven't happened yet. Focus on staying in optimal condition. At this moment, Ji-sung arrives at his destination. He walks toward home. Suddenly, a woman blocks his path. She inexplicably says a Buddha wants to see him. The location is in the underground parking garage. Ji-sung follows the woman to the parking garage to investigate. The woman opens the truck's cargo compartment. Gong Yang Hua sits inside. Ji-sung never expected this massive blob to be called Buddha. Gong Yang Hua waves for his assistant to come forward, then whispers in the assistant's ear. Ji-sung wants to ask something. The assistant tells him to remain silent. The Buddha has a message to convey. First, the introduction. This is one of Yoshida's top 5 shamans, the Bodhisattva's Gong Yang Hua. He's here to inform Ji-sung who he's facing this time. This is exactly what Manager Mi mentioned. This is his first time encountering such a situation. The assistant tells him to give up this job, arrogantly saying Ji-sung is no match. The Buddha's experience far exceeds anything Ji-sung possesses. But because the Buddha is a peace advocate, he's giving Ji-sung a chance to withdraw. If Ji-sung gives up now, the Buddha will give him some gold as a gift. Before finishing, Gong Yang Hua pulls gold from his belly and tosses it to Ji-sung. Ji-sung is bewildered by this. Suddenly, a voice interrupts them. It's Manager Mi, who came because she was worried. She asks Ji-sung why he's listening to a pig squeal. In her view, Gong Yang Hua is afraid of this novice Ji-sung. This makes Gong Yang Hua angrily stand up and threaten to make Ji-sung taste curse transference. He states bluntly that Ji-sung is a parasite, feeding on others' pain. Ji-sung falls into self-doubt for a moment. Then he realizes rituals brought suffering to ordinary people. Manager Mi burst into laughter. Gong Yang Hua doesn't seem to understand what this woman finds funny. You call yourself a Buddha, but you just use rituals to inflate the stock prices of worthless companies to attract retail investors. Gold Cross lowers the stock prices of companies with no intrinsic value. Which one is darker is obvious. Gong Yang Hua is rendered speechless. Manager Mi tells Chang Sung to pull himself together. She wants to show this pig who is truly favored by the gods. In the end, they fail to achieve their goal and can only prepare to leave with resentment. Before leaving, Gong Yanghua swears to make Chung Ji-sung experience what it feels like to be abandoned. He will pour everything into this ritual. He will even use the same standards from his younger days. On the other hand, Manager Mi is reminding Chung Ji-sung about safety precautions, but Chung Ji-sung appears lost in thought. Manager Mi assumes he is just feeling anxious, but this is not the answer. Chung Ji-sung wants, he does not care about criticism from other people. It is just that what Gong Yanghua said before about abandonment particularly concerns him. Because Chung Ji-sung experienced trauma before, he absolutely cannot tolerate betrayal. His parents frequently fought when he was young. His father would also commit domestic violence. In the end, he even abandoned him. Therefore, Chung Ji-sung is especially sensitive to the topic of abandonment. Manager Mi promises she will never betray Chung Ji-sung, as he is the best asset she has ever found. This finally puts Chung Ji-sung at ease. He gathers his spirit again. Now he needs to know the essentials of battling other shamans. The first priority is to assemble the team to confront the opposing shaman. Chung Ji-sung gathers his team. Manager Mi begins leading the meeting. First, attack and defense are essentially a clash of magical power between both sides. This is an all-out battle with no holds barred until one side completely gains the upper hand. Both shamans are betting everything, so this is crucial. For Chung Ji-sung, Yu-sung has had terrible luck facing an opposing shaman so long after entering the profession. Chung Ji-sung does not yet know how serious this is. In most cases, the defeated shaman will be forced to retire because the losing side will suffer severe internal injuries or have their connection to the spirits forcibly severed. Yu Rahi is surprised that Ji-sung doesn't even know this. Although Gong Yanghua's passed his peak, it has only been 10 years. What Chung Ji-sung is facing now is a former absolute top-tier shaman. Ji-sung never expected his opponent to be so famous. Suddenly, a pen cap flies over and interrupts them. On second thought, if Manager Mi were worried, she would never let Ji-sung participate. Chung Ji-sung will have to face this kind of situation sooner or later, so under no circumstances should anyone say things that will damage his confidence. Joy Do raises this question. Does this mean Chung Ji-sung is the stronger shaman, or is there a strategy to help secure victory? Actually, they all overlooked that Chung Ji-sung is much stronger than imagined. Manager Mi already has a perfect strategy. Gong Yanghua will definitely construct defensive fortifications. Attacks from all directions will be nearly useless against him. But, in other words, he is actually digging his own grave. Time quickly arrives at Thursday night. This is a grand feast, and the time is almost right. Gong Yanghua immediately shouts for the ritual master to begin. Everyone starts their tasks at hand. The monk, who is frantically consuming raw meat, begins to emanate golden spiritual energy. Finally, it condenses into a massive sphere above the company building. Then it explodes with a thunderous boom. This is Gong Yanghua's defensive spell, the Laughing Buddha. It is said to be an incarnation of Maitreya Buddha. He has a large belly and a radiant smile.